Hello, I am Flame 2007. I am not using my real voice because my real voice is really heavy, too heavy to be uncomfortable. So let's just go in the video. Today's video is about animated story channels. So we all know what animated stories are. If you don't, let me educate you. Basically, animated stories are the stories of real people which they share those stories to other people through animation of a single channel. The channel animates the stories. However, nowadays the channels have become weird and crazy. So, today we are going to look at some of these weird animated channels. Plus, we are also going to be looking at the source of these channels. Which means we are going to be looking at the very first animated channel in the YouTube. The very first story animated channel in the YouTube is Story Booth, but unlike other channels, this channel is posting real-life stories from people. For example, this one.
Around 7 years ago, I was really close friends with this girl named Caitlin, and we went to the same public school. I also had a lot of other friends. And back in grade 5, we didn't really care about, race. We were friends with everyone with different cultures and whatever. And later, things started to change. Me and Caitlin were playing at the park, and one of my other best friends came along, and she started to tell me that, hey, we shouldn't play with Caitlin because she's black. And obviously that didn't make any sense to me because I'm myself brown. But back then, I, went with the crowd. So I went up to Caitlin and I said, Caitlin, I don't want to be your friend because you're black. And I left. And later, I felt so guilty because I did not mean it because she was my best friend. I still wanted to be best friends with her. After a few days, I went over to her house, I rang the bell, and she was standing there and she said, am I too black to be friends with you? And I felt really bad and I'm like, listen, Caitlin, I'm sorry. I was just trying to fit in with the other girls and I did not mean it because you're my best friend and you'll always be my best friend. So can you please think about it and forgive me for what I've done? So she accepted my apology and we became friends again. Later, my best friends, which were the mean girls, came up to me and said, why are you friends with Caitlin? And I said, so we've been best friends forever, let me be friends with her. And they said, no, you can't be friends with her, she's black. And I said, you know what, I don't care. I can be friends with whoever I want to be. And that's when, they would bully me as well, bully me and Caitlin. But I was like, I don't care, as long as I have a good friend.
So I can prove this channel is real. Because, the voice. The thing about fake animated story channels and this channel is that this channel takes people's stories with their own voice and other channels don't. This video from the same channel proves my theory.
Have you ever asked yourself the question, who am I? That was the question I kept asking myself over and over again back in high school. You see, I grew up in a small town called Durham, North Carolina. I kind of felt isolated back in school because I was like 1 out of 4 Asians at my school. I remember one time during lunch, I sat down next to some people and the first thing they said to me was, oh hey, look, it's our neighborly friendly Asian here. I mean, I laughed it off like haha, but eventually it kind of got to me. There was another time where I tried to hang out with the popular kids during lunchtime. I was friends with one of the guys on the table and I went to sit down at their table and everyone just kind of stared at me like, yo, what are you doing here? This is our table, get out of here. They didn't say that in verbatim, but I could tell by the vibes they were giving off. After those moments, I was really confused on who I was or how I was supposed to act around others. And it just made me very angry at myself. Like, I was so angry at myself, it made me become angry towards everyone else, especially my family. I would come home from school and just stay in my room or just use the computer all day because I was so disappointed in myself. All I wanted to do is just fit in or just be a cool kid, During dinner time, whenever my family would ask me how I was or how school was, I would always give them an attitude like, yeah, school is fine, you already asked me this yesterday. My brother and my sister told me they used to be so scared of me, they would play rock, paper, scissors to see who would knock on my bedroom door to let me know dinner is ready. They thought a demon would arise from my bedroom and devour them into the shadows of my bedroom. And they thought I hated them for the longest time, when in reality, I only hated myself. I remember one afternoon I was in my room and I was crying. I was just so confused. I felt so alone at school all the time. My faith wasn't strong at the time, but I didn't know what else to do, so I knelt down in front of my bed and I prayed to God. I was like, please, Help me find who I am and what I'm supposed to do. Miraculously, I got invited to a youth camp the day after I said that prayer, and I was like, why not? I just need answers right now. I met someone who dealt with the same problem, and he gave me advice that I will never forget. I remember we were sitting next to the campfire roasting cookies. Yes, I know, cookies. But he told me this: you don't have to change yourself to fit in or be cool, because the most precious thing you have right now is yourself. So once you love yourself, you will attract others who love you for who you are. And he was right. I went to school the next week with a big smile on my face, and I attracted people who liked me for me. And my relationship with my family grew stronger as soon as I accepted who I am. So that means they don't have to play rock, paper, scissors anymore to see who knocks on my door. So, what's the answer to the question? Who am I? Well, you are you. And you are beautiful. Just be yourself, and don't let anyone change that.
Now if you don't know who he is Guava Juice. He has 16 million times more subscribers than me. So we now know that this channel is real. Then what about other channels? Going off topic, but my little sister actually found this channel and showed it to me. So, thanks to her I found Story Booth. Well, any other channels are fake. Well, this is how I discovered them. I was searching some more animated channels and first found Share My Story, and this the video that disgusted me. When I first saw this I had only 2 words in my mind. Now, what I am trying to tell is, to clean YouTube like DJ Cook by unsubscribing these fake animated channels, except Story Booth. A big shout out to DJ Cook for inspiring me to make a video like this.